What's going on, guys? This is Xtaze back with another Civ 6 video, and we're gonna launch our second civilization, and we're going with Joao, Portugal. So he's got all units received +1 site and +1 trade route capacity. Um, so the Casa.India international trade routes must originate from coastal cities and can only reach cities on the coast with a harbor, but receive 50% towards yield. So we're going to try to set up a trading empire here. We just got done doing basically a domination play. So on this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and try to do a trading empire kind of play where I'm not necessarily trying to take over every civilization I come across, but more or less try to set up trade routes and make money. We're gonna go for a science victory here. So you look at the now he's got it's a Portuguese naval unit melee unit that replaces the caravel. So we'll be trying to pump those out. It starts with a promotion and has 2 charges to build the Fiortias. So a Fiortia unlocks the now ability to construct a Fiortia unique to Portugal. And these are +4 gold, 1 production. Trade routes sent to this city from Portugal gain 4 gold and 1 production. Can only be built adjacent to luxury or bonus resources in territory belonging to other civilizations. Okay, so basically when we get those nows, we want to send them to other civilizations, and we want to build that. We have looks like territory belonging to other civilization states you have open borders with must be built on a coast or lake adjacent to that land, not adjacent to others. All right, so that's different. It's like I actually have a building that I can put on other people's land, so that's pretty cool. And then we got navigation school, ability unique to Portugal, 25% production towards naval units. So we're gonna want to get that up. +1 science for every 2 coast or lake tiles in this city. So that's going to be huge. We're going to be going science and money. We're going to go for great admirals and great scientists. Okay, now as far as the settings go, I'm going to go ahead and do the king ability here. We're going to do, or the king difficulty. We're basically got with each one. I'm gonna step it up one by one. I do get up to deity sometimes. It just kind of like for me, it's what kind of game do I want to play, right? But there's gonna be a lot of civs in this game. We're going for it's a huge one, and we're actually going to hit add until they're completely out. So it's maxed out. We got the maximum amount of civs that can be in here, and I got them all on random. City states maxed out 24. For disaster, I just shut disasters off. It's just kind of one of those things where it's just more RNG. So we're gonna go continents and islands, which is my favorite map play. Map size is huge. Leader pool, everything. Resources abundant. And this is a setting here that it's basically the city states that I enjoy playing with the most. So I went through this beforehand and checked all the ones I like to play with. And then as far as the wonders, same kind of deal. I went through and I checked the ones that because you can get 7 wonders or natural wonders. There's 7 spread out because there's usually 7 continents on a large world, so you get 1 natural wonder per continent. Is usually kind of how it's set up. World age, I got it to standard. Start position legendary. Rainfall. This is going to be wet, and sea level is low. Barbarian Clans mode is on. We got Heroes, Legends on, Corporation Monopolies, Secret Societies. And this one I had as a domination last time I played, but we're going to put every single victory condition in there. So it looks like we're about ready to start here. And into the game we go. Nothing like starting a brand new Civ, man. It's one of my favorites. This is my first playthrough with Joao, so can't wait to see how it plays out, but it looks like he's going to generate a ton of money.
Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Joao III, you stand firm in your belief.
So here's our start. Not the best start. but not terrible either. We're going to be able to get some bonuses here real quick as far as Eureka's go. And do we want to... There's a river over here that I do want to look at it getting settled on. All of our tiles are kind of lame, to be honest with you, as far as what's really next to me. We do got oranges here, and we do got furs. This whole setup here, though, is going to be kind of tough as far as getting my districts down because there's so much water around me. But let's go ahead and we're gonna play the card that was dealt us. So here we go. We're gonna just plop our city down right there, and I'm gonna head north, and I'm gonna look up here. Nice. Obviously, we got desert down in this area. I'm just gonna check the continents real quick. So this first continent is Banario da Franca, and oh, I'm sorry, that was the river, I think. Oh, Siberia. Okay, the continent's Siberia. Siberia and Siberia. So we aren't near a continental divide. First one, I'm going to go ahead and go with pottery. Found a city on the coast, so we're going seafaring, so we're already looking pretty good as far as that goes. We're going to need irrigation, and we're going to need animal husbandry pretty quick. So we might just go ahead and go animal husbandry now, I think. Let's do that. Want a resource to get our irrigation, so we'll go animal husbandry into irrigation or into sailing. And I'm going to get a slinger. And there should be a lot of civs in this game, so it wouldn't surprise me if we bump into somebody pretty quick here. Now, if ever I got 2 moves off the open and I can get up on a hill, I'll do that as long as the hill is right next to me. Otherwise, I'll try to take 2 moves. So we're kind of in an archipelago here. And I'm going to look to get as many turns in as I can, because for me, when I do these playthroughs, I like to put 2 hours in, right around 2 hours per video. So we already got a barb camp down here that we know about now, and our slinger is what we're going to try to do, and mostly to just go get that first bonus. Okay, we got foreign trade. What was that one? Discover a second continent. So our second continent is over here. Probably this. Pangea. Okay. And this is still Siberia up here. So we know there's going to be new resources over here that we don't have on Siberia. So the way they do it is resources are split on continents. So Siberia is going to have oranges, diamonds, and furs. And then here's the turtles up here. And I'm going to come around to this section and cover this. So food-wise, we're actually not doing too bad. We'll lock in there. We just got our second one. We'll lock in there. This is going to be our next. So in 8 turns, we're going to take this off and we'll put it there. And now we want to get our slinger down. Go find that first barb camp. And we'll go ahead and go with. Go ahead and get. Well, let's get the builder next, and then we'll get a warrior.
I am fond of pigs.
Okay, so we got our first there. And we're not going to be doing anything with mining here. We're just on too much flat ground, really. Well, I guess we can mine this, but that's still quite a ways out. We got two horses here. And that right there, it makes us putting our districts down going to be even tougher. Because now we got two horses here and we can't put districts on them. But they'll be great for production and food right out the gate. I see we're already down into the tundra here, but we found our first barb camp, so now we're going to start working on that.
We now have the opportunity. Our city-state neighbors have
Okay, we'll get Liang and Lisbon.
our governor.
Okay, and she's going to get there before this builder, so this builder will come out with 4 builds. So we're able to go all of this on one opening run here. Anti-Navarro, civilization gains 2 culture for each great person it has ever earned. That's an awesome one. And we get a quest for building a holy site, something that we will end up doing.
Enacting new policy.
At his best,
Okay, we'll take the strength against the barbarians, and we'll take God King. So now we're getting our +1 faith. After 25, we'll get our religion. And we're going to move back here first.
Je suis Catherine.
And it looks like we met Catherine, the Black Queen. She can be kind of hostile. This could be a bummer here if this guy attacks. We'll see. I wonder what this spearman's going to do. We want him to come this way, or to come back to his camp. We don't want him to come here. So that works. What's this one going to do? Because if he doesn't do anything or he moves, that's what we want. So that's fine. And we're just going to heal up right there. And try to intercept the scout. All we gotta do is we're trying to get our slinger to kill 1 troop. So we'll get a bonus for that. And I think our chance is presenting us right here. We're gonna get the bonus there. Get our archery bonus. Now the next bonus we're working on is killing 3 barbarians. And I almost got 1 kill there, but I think we're gonna end up getting this guy. If he goes here, he's not gonna be able to move on either of these. I can kill him. If he goes back this way, he'll get killed there. If he comes this way, then I can kill him with this guy. So we're looking good there. I don't know if I want to risk not getting that build on the next turn. So we're going to do 1. I'll let Liang get in here first.
no man ever wetted clay.
Yeah, we got another barb camp to take care of. So here's 1 kill. for these guys. Get up
This
here.
river has
And yeah, I'm gonna take the money. 45. So should we take the well, let's get our mining. We don't need to get overzealous here. And then let's get our builder. And right off the gate, we got some really good yields just coming right off the gate on this. We're gonna back off 2 moves here because one attack from them would probably kill us, and they're gonna hit here. Totally fine. Our first build is gonna be over here. We'll get that going. Let's take a look at our population. So we got 3 population. We're gonna lock in 1 there. I've got 1 locked in here, and we're gonna unlock and lock in there. So we got a 2-2, a 2-3, and a 3-1. Okay, now next up, I think we're gonna want to get a second warrior.
our people know there's
Right, I think we want. We're gonna heal up. 4 turns here. I'm gonna move 1 and then heal. And then here we have a basically we already have a guy on here. So we're gonna use another build here to speed up our production. So now we got 2 3s. And this is actually a really, really nice opening city as far as the bonuses that are yielding right out the gate. We're gonna get up here. I want to farm 1 of these. There's our craftsman bonus and our irrigation bonus. And we're going to actually just send this 1 warrior up here. When this guy gets healed, we'll come down here. And I'm already looking at, I think I'm already just going to go ahead and go get us another city. So he's going to go plus 10. They get plus 10 health per turn. We're going to stay with God King. Okay, I think the next thing we want is this irrigation. And I'm going to go ahead and just switch to it. We'll come back to mining. There's no bonus for mining, and we don't need it quite yet. So when we do need it, we'll just come back with those. Okay, now we do need to get a population 24. And it is 8 for a settler. We're going to do that. And really what I need is food. So I'm going to trade the 3 production, 2 food for 3 food, 1 production. I'm trying to get this to 6, but I'm going to lose 1 when I get my settler. But getting that settler out quick is going to be beneficial for a game like this. Now we go going. Can I get up here? And we're going to go to sleep here for 8 turns. Now they got 2 out. That's a little bit more dangerous in there for right now. So we're going to back off and heal up all the way. And we should probably just get the warrior over here to help this out. She's over here. Nice thing is the computer won't prioritize settling desert, so there's a good chance she doesn't push this way. And we got a hill here, so we're gonna get up on the hill first, and then we'll start working us out. And these guys, we can hire a warrior for 95 gold, but we don't really want that. If there is a special unit there, sometimes I'll take that. But for right now, we're going to stick with that, and we're going to save our money, and we're going to build a settler and buy a settler. So we can get 3 cities going right out the gate. And she's already, not looking like she's very happy with us. But let's take a look at. So, does not like civilization to ignore espionage. So, she's not going to be happy with us for quite a while because we're not going to get spies for quite a while. Okay, we got our 3rd barb killed. That was what the bronze working one was. Up to our 4th population here. So let's see where the computer won this. And they put it in a good spot. So that is what we want there. Get our settler in 5, another pop in 10. And this is the next tile it's going to convert. And the way the cities actually expand is well, you plant your city and you'll get your inner 5 tiles. Actually, it's 6. Sorry. You get your inner 6. Then the city will expand out 1 layer all the way around, but it'll take the best tile it can get. So for the second layer here, you're probably looking at it getting this tile first. Then it'll be this one or this one because they both have the same yield. And basically the way it works with the cities is the city chooses on its own which one it wants. Some civs will let you pick which one you want to go for, but in Civ 6 it's a random roll whether or not it's going to want one of these. And it can change turn to turn which one's going to kick over. So you just got to kind of see where it's going to land. Alright, so now we're going to make a push for this barb camp here. And these guys are still a camp that has a warrior as what can come out of it. We're gonna raid and get more money. So we're only getting +6 per turn, and we do need that 320 to get our first settler bought. So that's gonna put another unit here. And unfortunately it put us on a bad side. When it kicked over, I was hoping it would put us on here or here. We should still be able to finish off this slinger before we get too many problems going on here. Okay, now his XP is 12 out of 15. So I'm going to use this one because he's probably going to be able to get his next upgrade. Whenever you're deciding who you want to get the kill, you're thinking who is closest to their upgrade in that area. Okay, so we took that out. We can see that there's a civ here. We're going to go meet him. And Gitarja. Okay, and for her, she hates anyone with numerous cities on islands. Okay. So if we start putting cities on islands out here, she's going to get upset at us. So if we're trying to play a civ that has like we'll call it, my goal was to be friendly with my neighbors. I've already got 2 neighbors that are going to be kind of going to be hard to be friendly with, but you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can actually win them over. And if they want to go to war, then well, we'll go to war. And our main goal is to get this guy killed. Oh, we're gonna get a promotion. That's good. 2 turns until we can get this citrus orchard up. And we need 7 more, 8 more to get our pantheon. So we're gonna stay with God King, +1 faith and 1 gold. We're fighting Barb, so we're gonna stay with that. And you can see that this is kind of a useless card early on, unless you find villages and are given a scout, and maybe you find 2 early villages, you're given a scout on both of them, because sometimes villages will just give you a present. Maybe you pop that on, because scouts have a different kind of XP. They can get XP for uncovering new land. And yeah, we're gonna raid this again. So we've been able to get 3 raids off on early barb camps. Now we can get battle cries, so we're looking pretty good. 1 more turn, and we can build our orchard. And 1 more turn for our settlers, so we're cooking right along here. And I want to remove. I think that's where my second city is gonna go. Probably right on this. And you can build within 3 cities, or 3 tiles of a city. So we're going to count, basically when I saw this river, I was like, a city on this river would be nice, but they're all too close to this city so far to get that. So really the only way I could get fresh water over here would be to put a city right about here, an aqueduct here, and this city would just struggle and struggle to grow because you've only got 1 food, 1 food, 1 food. So this is just real garbage land. Even if your goal was to put a Petra up there, you've got 2 cities here, or 2 civs that are probably going to be hostile to us. So this is terrible. We don't want to actually put our second city up there. We got tundra down here. Is this tundra? This is plains. More plains. It would depend what these 2 are. So realistically, our best setup might be to come over here and settle in these islands and settle this continent and not even try to push this direction. Right? Because really you're only getting 2 more citrus orchards out here. We might be able to put a city like right here. Then we can aqueduct here and pick up the salt. That's actually not a bad idea. In fact, I think that's where I'm going to go. So we're going to go right there. we got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're max distance from here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I think it actually might be better to do it more like this. There. So we're max distance from Lisbon, because Lisbon's going to need all the room it can get. With all this water around, this has all got to be districts out here. Almost every single one of these tiles is going to end up being a district that can't have one. So let's do that. Okay, we do need a specialty district. We're going to actually get this one here in a minute. But let's start with the way we do this. It's I'll kind of explain it as we go. But I'm only going to do a couple turns on this before I change.
Thousands have lived without love.
Getting wonders in on this is going to be pretty rough, but so let's pop in right here. And there's a lot of food around this to start. So this city should actually grow pretty good. And we're going to get our first plantation. Now let's take a peek at this. We're going to stay with the extra food. Now we can get one more builder. So I think we're going to do that. We got our irrigation. And it does look like, from right here, we're 1, 2. You can get housing off of these for Lisbon, but we won't be able to get the yield. And 1, 2, 3. So this one's in the city radius. 1, 2. This one's not, but we can get housing out of this. So Lisbon is going to be. Liang has an ability where we can get fisheries up on this. I think we're going to do that. And we better get fishing boats. And we got our 320. We're actually one turn short of buying our. Okay, now it's 440 because we built one, so. I'm going to disperse this camp. One, we need the era score. We need the bonus. And we'll get that, which means we'll get flanking. And for this builder, I'm going to build another citrus orchard or plantation. And then I'm going to take the builder down here. And I might just go ahead and buy this. And then we'll get salts. And get the 10 plus 10 health by waiting. And that barb is probably not going to move. A lot of times when you take out a barb camp and you leave that one guy in that area, he's going to kind of usually hang out right there. So we'll get a couple turns of more health here. And then we'll come find that last barbarian. Okay, let's get our second city up here.
May I make a
Go for culture. Let's get our next citrus grove going there. $17 for a trader. At this point, yeah, more population. Just get more population. The city should grow pretty quickly. And we're going to lock in food. So 10 turns for a pop now instead of, I think it was 18, was it? That's only a galley there, so that can't shoot at us. Now we're going to fight that barb. Yeah, let's go ahead and disperse that. As far as air score goes, we have a score of 8. There's 10 to 22 turns until our era kicks over.
Vessels large may venture more.
Yeah, we're going to check our deal here. So we got a 2 3 2 3 3 1 3 1 2. So we're going to unlook there. We'll go to 3 1 2s. It's going to help our gold per turn. Looks like we should be getting our Pantheon on this run here. We do need a district and we do need a religion, so we're going to go for astrology next. And now I just want to get up here and just scout out in that area. They're going to go ahead and get that one next. This city is probably going to get this. Hopefully it gets that one. Oh, it's going for the sugar. So that's a bummer. 40, so it is what, about 4 more turns to get to where we can buy another settler. With the 3 builds, I think I'm gonna get over here, and this is really high priority for me to get bought. Get the last barb out of here. And I think for this next city, I'm gonna settle on these horses. That way I can put districts on all of this stuff. Well, not there, but and I can get districts down in here. Okay, now we have more horses than we want. So let's look at selling. Hell, I just hit 50 horses. What would you give me? Nothing. And yeah, take that. Good start. And we're gonna I was gonna give a gift here. Unfortunately we can't. That's most probably because we're denounced.
see that?
Now, we're looking for something that is. So we're going to mostly be playing water and trade. Okay, fire gas, nope. 20% production toward districts and cities without a district, that's possible. Bonus faith equal to 50% of the strength of each combat unit within 8 tiles of a holy district. That's not going to be it. Increases healing by 30 in your holy site districts or adjacent tiles. Plus 1 culture for plantations. We've already got 2. So that would be a plus 2 culture. That'd be actually a pretty big. And we'd get one here, and we'd get one here. So that's possible. We might go Gossip Festivals. Plus 2 faith for mines and over luxury and bonus resources. So this would be a plus 2 faith. And this would be plus 2 faith. Plus 1 food and 1 production for each camp. And these are pastures, so that's a no, even though this would be a camp. Plus 1 culture from pastures. So I can get 3 culture right now. God of the open sky. Or I can get 2 now and more with the. I think I'm gonna go with the plantations. I got a lot of plantations around me. I'm on a plantation continent here. So yeah, that's goddess of festivals. All right, goddess of festivals it is. Now we'll heal up, and we're still just exploring here. Now we're pulling off 15 gold per turn, so we're looking pretty good right now. We should be able to buy our next settler.
Bravery is being the only one.
Production, 2 great general points. Let's go ahead and do it. Here we go. Go ahead and get an oracle out here. And now we're really going to leave this alone until we can get this baby up to 6. So we're done early on with settlers for now. This guy, I think we are just going to go to sleep until we get mining. And mining is going to come in 4 turns. So now I'm kind of to the point right now where I want to start thinking about where I'm going to place my districts. So first off, let's get a trader. It's going to help this grow. Okay. District wise, how do we want to do this? So it's a short trip around the sea right here. So a canal is not something I need. But I do want to do an aqueduct, and I want to do one either here or here. I do need to make a commercial district, and the truth is I just don't really have a good spot for a commercial district here, right? Because it's about placing your harbor, and this is probably the best place to put a harbor. So that'll probably be what we do. This will be a harbor there. Which means my commercial district is probably going to be right here. And then the aqueduct I always do for housing. So this right here is probably just going to be where we go for the housing because you get 6. Cities that do not have existing fresh water get 6 housings. If they already do, they will get 2. And well, if you put it next to a geofish, you get +1 amenity. But the +2 housing, we might not even need that in this case. Because I think we're going to pick up a lot of housing with Liang's ability. So what if we do an industrial zone there? And then we go, is it Venetian Arsenal? Right here. Receive a second navy each time you train a new one. Must be built on a coast tile that's adjacent to an industrial zone. So that's gonna be a pretty cool play right there. Let's do that. We want trade routes. So we're going to we're gonna want Colossus. And then from there, we are probably looking at we go theater there. We go water park. And this is flatland, so we'll go Broadway. Okay, now we're looking at gutter industrial zone. This is all looking pretty good right here as far as what we're getting for bonuses. Now we want to start thinking airport, spaceport. We're going to be thinking holy site. And for the holy site, we might be looking right here. We're going to get the double forest bonus. Boom, boom. And this is charming. So why don't we think about neighborhood there? 1, 2, 3, right? All right, now we're looking at what do we want to do for, oh, right here would be Otoku Inn. Must be adjacent to a holy district. Okay. Now this city can't get my favorite wonder of all because there's no river near it. The Ruhr Valley must be along a river. So that's out of the question. So next at that then, with that being said, I mean, are we looking at doing a campus here? Maybe just the airport? Probably the airport there. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we can do a double district bonus out here. So this would probably be campus. Then we'll go Oxford. Alright, it's all coming together. Then this will be encampments. And this is where the tough decisions start to come. Is we're going for a space victory. And we can't put a spaceport down without now sacrificing one of these plays. So it might end up being 1, 2, 3. Nope, that one. So probably going to be sacrificing this. Well, we want to keep that. It'll probably be this, to be honest. So we aren't going to get Oxford in right there. We're going to go with the spaceport. And that gives me everything I'm looking to build that I really is critical for me getting our space win. So okay, here we go then. We got our base layout there. And we can kind of think a little bit more on that base layout, but we're gonna stick with that. And basically, the way I do it is as I build myself a roadmap for what I'm doing based on my on the bonuses that I think I can achieve. And then as I start putting stuff down, I start taking those off so that I can see what I have left to target as far as builds go. And our first district is going to be this holy site. It's going to come in right here. Let's get down here and see if we can't spot a new barb camp to farm. Farming barb camps is what I do. Got 2 units here. That could get sketchy. So we actually can't go over there yet. We're gonna get it here into Evora. Got John Curtin. And he dislikes civilizations in a war that are occupying enemy cities. So as long as you don't take over an enemy city, John will be your buddy. That was actually probably not a very good idea of me to leave this guy out here like this,
We have recent.
because these guys could denounce and declare war. We're going to stay with the Barb. We're going to stay with the God King. Well, actually, I don't need to stay with the Barbarians, and I would like to build 2 galleys for exploring. So I think that is going to be high on my priority list right now. We're going to get him here where he can't be taken in just one turn. Just trying to show Indonesia that a war with me right now would not be a good idea. Gotta get our mining so that we can build our salt mine. This is gonna be the next one that we're gonna get up. We're gonna get 6 population, so we'll go with that. We're gonna get that. I might have to pull off of that when it gets to turn 6. Is what my plan is. Get another envoy here. Okay, so we can become suzerain of these guys when we build our holy district. And yeah, we'll trade horses. Let's do it. Okay, element players built the Great Bath. Finished building Ella Manakini. Okay, we'll go trade route 2. Get 9 gold and 1 science. We're going to Canberra. That's pretty damn OP. I think we're going to take that.
In addition to bringing riches.
Gonna go with growth. And now we do want to get our holy sites. We're gonna build it right here. Stick with the plan. And now I guess we're gonna try to get this guy down here because I'm still trying to explore this area, but there's always something going on here when I tried to send somebody recently. So we're gonna take our holy site off.
When you find yourself in a hole, quit dig.
Alright, the next step. I'm worried about unveiling iron too soon here. So I'm gonna grab pretty much hopefully that last. I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to build a quarry though. Here would be where a quarry would have to go and it's too far away. Actually this would be a spot where I can get a quarry up. Okay, 65. So next turn we're gonna build this salt mine. And we're gonna go on alert for now. Or it needs more housing, so we got the granary coming up for the housing. Okay, now we can buy our salt mine. There it is, let's buy it. And then now we're going to get up here and we're going to build our quarry to get our other bonus. And we're going to stick with, let's go, we'll do the production so we can get the housing. And now they got a third unit here. They're really telegraphing that they want to fight. So if they do get a third unit here, we're going to get in position. And this trade route, it's a bummer. He's probably going to get raided, but I got the bonus, and that's what really matters. I am getting 27 gold per turn. And I'm going to stay in the trees there. We got to be careful about this Dark Age. We got 10 turns till this Dark Age comes in. So I'm hoping I can get down to here and find something. And this barb just came out of there. That might be the something I need. Maybe this holy site gives me an era score. That's a possibility.
Once again, we have the opportunity.
Okay, Liang. We're going to go fisheries here.
Writing is easy. Look back over the past.
There is a wonder here that I think I'm going to go ahead and go for. Right here. And it's Lake Huey, or Huey Teocalli. Plus one amenity for each tile within a lake. So that'd be 1, 2, 3 amenities. That would be pretty damn cool. Okay, we're going to get our specialty district bought, and then we're going right into political philosophy. And I'm fine if they declare war 3 units against 2 because I got the city to cycle through. So I'm gonna continue going to explore down here. Well, that's what I wanted right there. So we are 7 turns away. If I can get this dispersed, then that might be the one era score I need to prevent my Dark Age. Okay, now they do go to 4th. Now they're really telegraphing war here. Okay, that's the bummer. There you got my... I knew that guy was up there. That's a foolish play by me. But let's get a galley. We will be totally fine with getting up there and attacking this guy. Get a galley in 3 turns too. This city's already got a really, really nice setup as far as yields are going.
We are now ready to choose where to build our government building.
A strong economy begins with a strong, well.
So we got 100% naval production. We're going to kick out 2 galleys. We're going to keep with the God King. I could just I can sacrifice the God King right now. And more production. I think we're going to do that. So we can get our galleys out even quicker. We got a retreat here. Got to meet three city states. Okay, and owls. Do we want to go owls? Yeah, we'll go owls. So we get an extra policy slot with the owls. And let's see, we're down to 26 gold. I lost the trade route. So I'm thinking we probably put God King back on here. Yeah, for right now, that's probably the play. Apparently I'm the only one that took owls, so these two are now even more upset at me. You know, you're trying to play a game where you're trying to be friendly with the AI. It's just kind of one of them funny things where it's like, well, they everything I'm doing is pissing them off, and I'm not even really trying, you know?
My liege, the more specialized districts we...
So I guess we're gonna retreat further again. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to avoid this golden age, or so. We're probably gonna hit a dark age, but that gives us a really good opportunity to hit a legendary age.
I shot an arrow into the air.
Okay, here we go. Get our worker back. We'll escort him this time. Now this guy would two-shot me if I don't move off this district. So I am gonna have to move off of it. The horses, I think I'm gonna do that and get a chariot. We got Mulan we can get. Mulan's not great for what I got going on here. Let's see here. Yep, second galley then. Oh, we avoided our dark age. So someone built the pyramids. Get in here. We'll connect these two. We'll deliver this guy up here to the stone for the quarry.
The time has come. History marches...
Right in time. Got our ship building up. We avoided our Dark Age. And I'm going to go free inquiry because I've got a good setup for triggering the Eurekas on science, so we're just going to stick with that. Okay, they do get our shrine pillaged. We do need to get a couple archers though. And we're looking at probably just upgrading this. So if they want to fight there, I am all for that. And now I am going to want to buy one tile out here. So right now they're going to give me diamonds. So I'll get one archer out. And we're going to kill this guy. We're going to heal up here. Diamonds is the next thing I want. Actually, I want the quarry, then I want the diamonds. I do got two builds, so we're alright with that. And yeah, I'm going to keep trading my horses away because I'm accumulating two. I got two horses pumping per turn, so I'm getting two horses per turn. I could even get a third one too. Okay, we're going to go check out and see how developed John is up here, the Australians. Well, the presence of this archer has probably got these guys with cold feet now. So he's pillaging all my stuff here, this guy. This guy. Alright, we're going to bait him into a fight there. So his nonsense is about done. Let's see, we got granary built. 8 for a trader, which would put a road through here. I think we're going to do that. Okay, let's separate there. Let's get him up on that.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
I would really love it if they declared war on me here, to be honest with you. So, we are going to have to get the bronze working, which might mess our system up here. What I'm hoping is our first iron mine comes in at like here or here or even here. And I'm hoping we don't have any iron mines here. Because if we do, then I gotta take something else off. So, alright, now here we go. We got the granary. Let's get the loyalty play here. This is a 5 city. And this is only a 2, so the loyalty will eventually start to become a problem there, especially because I don't have a governor in this area. Start working on kicking him off our land. Get our holy site fixed. Now can we buy? Buy, we did. And there we go. She's not a bad one to go ahead and get though. She's still available. I do like her. I think she's worth the two. So we're gonna get one. That way we get a hero. And if we end up getting into a war here or here, she's gonna be a huge help. Okay, we've only got the one build left. So we're gonna use him to repair first before we're gonna get over here and repair this before we expend our build. And maybe this diamond mine will take over and we can develop that for Braga. There's our hero. We're gonna get up on the hills here. Back to repair. Just seeing if I can get an open border or trade my citrus. Alright, I'll go totals for citrus. And now I'm going to be exploring with these guys, so.
Bronze is the mirror.
Alright, well, we get our bronze up. Where did our bronze go? Need more housing in Evora. No bronze up in here. There's none under there. Alright, so we are actually in a no bronze setup here. Looks like right here. Here's our nearest bronze that I can see. Maybe there's some down in here. So we are, or as far as iron goes, we are definitely needing to secure a city with some iron next. And we got 1, 2, 3, right? So a city could technically go here. There's 2 iron here. We could pop a city off the river or on the river, and it'd still be alright. And on the river is actually probably the better setup because we can get a water mill on there. So that's probably the setup here, and then we're gonna go. I guess it would be an aqueduct right here for the housing, and then an industry like that. I mean, technically you don't need the aqueduct because it's on the river, so you could just go like that. We'll look at it. That'll probably be what we do though. Alright. Technology tree, masonry. We are almost to the end of Ancient Era here. Heal him up all the way. And we're going to explore up here. And this guy gets healed, we'll explore down here. Alright, at this point, probably a chariot. And I'm going to sit back a little bit because there's a fog of war where they can't see this. The computer can't see it. The computer can see this.
The opportunity.
Politics is the art.
Okay, government unlocked. So we get 15% great person points and an amenity for classical republic, and we get one housing. Cities with a district get one housing and one amenity, so that's pretty cool. We're not building any wonders yet, and we're trying not to be at war, so I think we're gonna go with classical republic. And then we are building a cavalry unit, so we're gonna get 50% for the cavalry unit. We're gonna take the 2 influence points. And we're gonna build a worker soon, so let's get the worker. And confirm. And lots of barbs down there to play with, so we're gonna head that way. And this is looking pretty safe, unless 1, 2, 3. Well, no, that's fine. So I was only worried if a barb camp could spawn here. And barb camps cannot spawn within 3 tiles of a city. It has to be on the 4th ring. So we're safe for barbs spawning in here. Basically, this passageway in is the only way in, and we got 2 ships out here, so our coastline on the interior here should be safe. Okay, we do need to build a wonder, but we don't have any that I really want to build, really, maybe other than the Colossus. Is the Colossus available right now? Does not look like it. So when does Colossus come available? Oh, up here. So we're going to build our quarry. Then we'll get our ship building next. I do got to get 2 resources. So this will be 1 that I farm. Here will be the 2nd. So after we build this, we're going to get a worker and we're going to buy that land and get that farmed up there. I'm hoping that this trader here comes down this way, here, 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 instead of trying to get into the water, which I think he might try to get in the water. It'd be nice if we get a road built, but alright, let's see what happens. Yep, it is a water play. So if it's going to be a water play, I'm going to flip it around. To Lisbon, because I want to keep building Lisbon up pretty big. Alright, now what else do we want here? Thinking about a government building. So let's go ahead and pencil this guy in for what we got going on here. We're gonna go a harbor there. Okay, the government building plus 1 adjacency bonus. It can only be 1 in the deal here, so it doesn't have to be right next to my city. So what if we went? If we went commercial hub there. Go government building here. Could swap campus spaceport. Theater square to bonus that. Industry 2, 3. So this right here is a Lisbon housing square. So we were gonna want to put something like, no, it's not housing. We're not gonna have a vampire castle. We're gonna want something like this, like a 2 housing improvement. Okay, so that's a good start there. And then next, alright, looking at doing a holy site. This is probably a 6 breathtaking. So we can put neighborhood there. And then encampment there. Is this flatland? Okay, it is plains. Or do we... I think I'm going to stick with that. We are probably going to want an airport. I think that's why we want to do the airport here. Factory there. Encampment there. And actually we can even switch these around. That would probably be better. That way our encampment is watching the only way in. And this city's pretty much guarding that way in, so we won't be able to get any barbarian ships into here messing with us. Okay, so with all that being said, what we need next, realistically what we need next is a spearman. I know it sounds strange, but that is. We're going to get a spearman built, and we're not going to take this. We're going to get him down there to bonus that. Alright, and I'm not really looking to kill these with my hero. That part doesn't really matter to me. But let's get a trading. I think we're gonna go here with Canberra. That 9 gold and 1 is just too good. Jayavarman, the Khmer Empire up there. And he dislikes civs lacking in either area of. He likes holy sites, we got one. And high city population, which those are 2 things that we're trying to do. And yeah, we'll sell you. We'll sell you horses. We will sell everybody horses. This baby's just kicking out units. Okay, holy side is up. Let's get another builder. Gonna heal up there. And realistically, like I said, I don't necessarily want to kill any of these guys, so I'm gonna just D it up there. Because all that is XP for my troops, and heroes can't get any. So we got the Matterhorn. Alright, so the Matterhorn, let's take a peek at it. Oh, we got Sinbad. We want Sinbad. Okay, Matterhorn. One tile, impassable with natural wonder, provides one culture to adjacent tiles. Land combat units who move next to the Matterhorn ignore heals for the rest of the game. So that's pretty awesome. We want to get a city on this continent, like ASAP. So, here or here? Probably here. Okay, that's become real high on our priority list. This is a priority, so we can get our iron. Next priority is pushing over here. Alright, well, that was your funeral there.
Your Grace.
When wasteful war
So we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go one shot. And we'll go ahead and stand pat there. Samaria with their war carts. Gilgamesh. Alright, so we are damn near out of the classical. Well, yeah, we finished the ancient era, so we are pretty much moving along pretty good here. I think we're gonna go. Well, we don't need the horses. We don't really need the stable. We could use an iron mine, but we don't have one. We're going trade focus here. Should we though? Should we go for shipbuilding? Get the quadriremes out to get the Colossus and allow land units to disembark. Yeah, let's get the shipbuilding. All right, so we're jumping ahead. Need this builder. We need this. We get that in 32 turns, but we're gonna get quicker than that. So we're gonna take it. Just get those bought out of the way. Did no one else choose the owls? I think everyone has scolded me for choosing the owls. This is what's cool about Hippolyta, is she lets a unit next to her take a second shot. The sword here. And this is like a charge that can be done on every turn. So you're getting double XP out of this one unit that's hanging out next to her the whole time. Alright, let's yeah, we'll attack there. See if we can start getting our war car or our chariot. Some XP. They did settle a tundra city. It looks like they got a campus underway there. So we'll move here and fortify. Alright. Yeah, let's just see what's over in this section first before we get too far down out this way. Alright, I want a Sinbad. 18 turns for a Sinbad. And I do got to get a monument. But that is, that's another goal we're going for here. Okay, this is going to be enough to get my bonus there. We're going to do some major trading here. I'm going to try to get these trade routes built up. We're gonna just be kicking gold out here. Yeah, one more culture on here will probably be the better play. Now, what do we want to do with Evora? Right now, just outside looking in. You're probably looking at dropping a commercial hub here. Looking at harbor there. I got a good idea. So we'll go city there. We'll put Panama in right there. Panama is a 2-tile wonder. Then even Evora can get a Panama play there. Then it'll be commercial hub, harbor, and we can do a canal there. So that's a good start there. We want to go an aqueduct though, instead. Can do industry. Where would I want? 1, 2, 3. So probably right here for a holy site with the 2 forests. Here we're probably looking at an airport, a spaceport. All the marsh right here is going to be great for a campus. And is there any beautiful land out here at all? Uninviting. Average. Desert's not too pretty. Charming. Getting closer. And average. So we are probably looking at Evora doing their neighborhood there. Okay, that's a pretty cool setup there. Let's see if we can target all that. Alright, now to get there, now we're looking at what are we doing next. Let's get our ancient walls up. Guys are threatening war here, so let's just stay on top of that. We got Nam Districts next to coast or lakes. Provide two culture. That is a phenomenal one. So we want to do this. We want military training as a quest. And it looks like they've already got a governor in there. So they got Amani in there, which is giving them, I think, +2. So they've got 4. But we're going to go with that. We'll get the +1 to our capital for our culture. And we're looking at flipping that Nan Model to our side. So we do want this as an ally. Because we got nothing but lakes and coast. So that extra culture would just be OP. And here you can get a spearman. What I'm looking at when I click on that is if this is a seafaring civilization, they're going to be kicking out a lot more galleys and whatnot, and I want to be more careful about going to an attack here. But because it's a land-based one, they're going to be kind of doing a little of each. And it looks like we got another civ up here to meet. Okay, we got our spearmen. Now we want a monument so we can start getting Sinbad. I want to get this guy down here for a kill. That's one of our bonuses, so we're gonna do that. And for here, we're not gonna pursue further. We're gonna work our way back down to here and get healed up. Yeah, so this isn't an island. And we could theoretically trade down through into here, or settle down through there. So we'll take a look and see, is that what's something we want to do? Because right now, if I can spot iron over here, it's safer for me to plant a city over here and get the iron than it would be to plant one here. And we did just make possibly a friend here. Back out there. Okay, there's no quests here yet. But I'm going to go to Evora so we can get a trading hub set up here. That's one good thing. The second is I'm going to be able to build a road as I do it. So that'll be step 1 here. For here, we're going to keep pushing this direction for exploration. Get another trader. Do we want to do that? It's a little risky. Hopefully they don't spawn a ship here, but I'm going to roll the dice. Okay, we need more housing in Evora. We knew that. We should win that exchange. We're going to stick with what we got going on here. Yep, we are. Okay, we need housing and we need the culture, so there's one of that. Yeah, we are going to do that. First we'll do this. This is about getting 2 units experience. And I'm going to get her up here to help him march quicker. We would probably win this. But I'm not going to chance it. Let's get back. Heal up. Okay, we got to build an encampment. We got to be the target of a declaration of war. I was hoping they would help us out with that, with all those units down there. We got to found a religion. We're not going to found a religion, though. I think we're going to be too far behind on that. 3 of the 7 are already founded. And to found a religion, we would have wanted to get our shrine up immediately. Right here. Hey, no, I might just go for it. Why don't we get the shrine up? There's still 4 religions out there. There's a good chance. Good chance we get it all taken care of. And that's why. That's why we didn't go after that ship. It's because you never know it's lurking around the corner up there. So, gonna get another boat here, and that's gonna get us another bonus. And for this civ, I really am only looking at building 1 city per governor, right? And if you look at it, you got 7 governors. So we only really need 7 cities. Is the target I'm going for here. So we got our 3 up. This would be 4, 5, 6. And once I get on this, it's our 6th. If this is a big continent here, I'm probably not going to put a 2nd on it. I'll probably just say 1's good. And I'll probably put my 7th down here. But if this is an island that kind of terminates around here, I might just pop one on this side of the island, and basically this whole island would be mine. Alright, so pushing along. There's our bonus. Alright. Now we can come over here and get the diamonds. And then down into here and get the horses. Now we'll see, can we get around the bottom? And we can. Should be some good exploring coming up through there. Gotta be careful now that we know there's a barb camp somewhere on this island. So we're gonna get healed up and we're gonna probably hang out right around here. When you see a flood like that, It adds a +1 to these floodplains for food, so you can get like a 10 food floodplain eventually if you got all the right, if that's had enough floods and all the right setup. So we should get a bonus here. Get that spear kill. We'll heal up. Yeah, let's just go down there and see. Another barb camp. So this is the peninsula. This is all probably ice and snow then through down here, since we found the bottom of the board. There might be some little huts down here in this section, so it's not a total waste to go explore it, but since I haven't gotten any explorers from builder huts or any of that, I'm gonna probably just sit tight, not mess with it. Now we're gonna farm this out the whole time. So I'm gonna hit raid. Now here we got that complete. We are gonna start working on Sinbad. And yeah, I'm gonna just push down into here and see what. Okay, so we're into ice. I just want to make sure that because I might have been able, if this wasn't ice, I might have been able to sail down around through this, but it is blocked, so we're gonna head this way. Okay, Machu Picchu is built. Artemis, Temple of Artemis is built.
There is nothing but a plank.
And we did want Colossus. That was going to be our wonder we were going for. And yeah, we'll go ahead. We will shoot an attack here. And I should have done this beforehand, but let's declare friendship. Make a deal. Open borders. Let's do it. And like I said, I'm not trying to be not trying to be terrible for any of these guys. You know, we're looking to be friendly here. Making some friends. I do still got that citrus that we can trade for. Do I want your salt? Fill up her horses. That'll be a good deal. Sell more horses. And Gilgamesh. And Gilgamesh, he is the only civilization that for whatever reason, he will be your friend right away. So we're totally fine with that. And we're going to trade more horses. So we sold all of our horses, but we're still getting 2 per turn. So this is going to fill back up. Let's go ahead and get our diamond mine here. And I'm going to go ahead and get into the safe shore. Look at all that nonsense there. Here comes our first religion, Hinduism. And that's the 4th one. What does Hinduism give us? We can build Watts. And shrines and temples are 3 food and 2 housing. So I'm actually fine with just running Hinduism. That'll be fine. Okay, next trade route up. We're currently going to Canberra. And we're going to Evora. There are no quests. I can go to Angkor Wat, but that's going to be kind of a dangerous one. Melbourne, kind of dangerous. Anshan, very dangerous. Anti-Navarro, not so dangerous. So we're going to go to Anti-Navarro. Got plenty of money here, so we can chop out Sinbad because I know we want this. So let's chop that. And we can chop both these. And then next we are looking at they still might decide to declare war on us, but they haven't. We're not going to get 2 campuses built. We might found a religion. We might be able to build an encampment. So in the meantime, the one we're definitely not going to do is the campus one. So that's going to be the one I'm going to work on first, just to eliminate it. Okay, I got another trade route up. We can get a quad here, man. Should we do it? 7 turns. Or another trader. Let's get our bonus. We need it, and I would like to actually push a 3rd ship up into this area for the exploration. Okay, Evora's got a religion now. And we are generating great profit points. These guys got 52 and they're getting 2 per turn. We're at 28, we're getting 2 per turn. These guys are at getting 4 per turn. So these guys are going to kick over 2 more religions. There's 3 left, so there's a chance. There's a chance we get a religion. And we do not want to move off yet, so we're going to get off there and okay, let's chop. Okay, good. We're going to get Sinbad, I think. Next turn, let's go ahead and buy that so we can chop there for our next. Well, that's a bummer. We do need 1 more. We're not going to get another. We're not going to get another builder until after this quadrieme. So let's keep exploring. And I think I am about ready to just go ahead and buy another city. We'd put it right here so we can start getting our iron going. Okay, we can pass through Nan Model. They're going to let us through. That's good. Alexander being here has now made me have to think about where I'm going to put a city over here because 1, 2, we could put you here. 1, 2, 3, where we could put here. Because I wanted this Matterhorn, but it's not. This is not technical. We're really actually not playing for the combat strength. And realistically, we only want 7 cities. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can get one out here. On this river too. Let's look at that. And down here's a possibility. If there's a river down here, I might look at doing a city down there. Okay, Evora still needs more housing. Temple Artemis, the Oracle's built. Someone killed a city-state. And they just rolled right over our spearmen, but it's alright. We got the bonus we wanted out of the guy, other than losing the unit. I mean, losing a unit's a bummer, but it's not the end of the game. But now we do got to worry about this. So we're going to shoot and move. $20. Yep, let's do it. And her on that hill is just going to dominate that. Now she does only live for 10 more turns, so we are going to want to get rid of that swordsman. Oh, before it gets an upgrade. We'll go for the kill there. Alright, let's just go ahead and buy the next settler. 560. And I think we are going to get the iron. We're going to go for the Iron City. And we might turn that into a Petra City with all that desert being around there like it is. And I could do a Tundra City with JS Box Cathedral down here. That is definitely something that's in the cards. We do got to keep an eye on this forest fire. Okay, it's a -7 to Parka City right there. But we're going to try it anyway. I want to get around this island because I want to find out where that barb camp was. So that's a possibility for settling up there. Just do a little bit more exploring. And what we're going to check with Alexander is, does he have anything to trade? He's got jade, because we do still got this citrus that we want to pair up with somebody else's. So I think we're at a pretty good stopping point right here. We are all the way through the ancient era. And a good quick playthrough in the ancient era. You can knock the ancient era out in under 2 hours. And then we get into the classical era. And get a couple technologies in, but when we get back on the next episode, we'll be knocking out the classical era. We're gonna get we got our settler heading over here for the Iron City. We're looking at doing a Petra City. And then we got, I might just go ahead and try to put a city down here and do a JS Box Cathedral Tundra City. So, got that coming up. We got Sinbad coming up. Got some good stuff going on here. And really the only negative I got going on is, yeah, I lost my spearman, but that's not too bad. That's easily recoverable. But anyway, this is X-Taste. I hope you enjoyed the Civ 6 video for the first playthrough with Joao. And I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one.